What's going on, guys? It's your dude, Shot Master. Welcome back to another episode of Game Changers Live. We got a lot of information for you guys today. Appreciate everyone for joining, for stopping by the stream. Make sure you stick that follow button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Big shout out to my man Relly in the chat. Also, Straight Shot 033 stopping by. Guys, again, we got a lot of stuff to discuss. I wasn't here last week, so I feel like I gotta make up some things that I wanted to talk about last week, but I was out of town. What's up, SCF, and what's up, Daniel? How y'all doing? All right, so we're gonna talk about the different things going on in Madden NFL 17. We're gonna talk about my CFM concerns. We're gonna talk about the Frostbite engine. We're going to talk about story mode and the different play styles. We're even going to talk about some NBA Live 18. And then we'll get into what I expect to see and do during EA Play. So that's pretty much going to be our schedule. We're going to go through all of that. And then I'm going to sign off. I'm in a little bit of pain today because I had a root canal and then I had a crown put in my mouth. So if you see me slurring a little bit, that's what's going on. But never fret, I'm here and to do damage. So let's go ahead and start with something that I'm going to start every Tuesday. Actually going to create a video about it. But I want to start every Tuesday show with the Top 3 Tuesday. And the Top 3 Tuesday will go, throughout the rest of the show. But today's Top 3 Tuesday is all about YouTube. Spent a lot of time on YouTube today just looking at different stuff. And so my Top 3 Tuesday for today is who are your top 3 YouTubers? Who are your top 3 YouTubers? Make sure you hit me up. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know who your top 3 YouTubers are. For me, I don't look at YouTube a lot, but when I do, I'm usually checking out what my man QJB is doing. I love QJB. Has a lot of information, always uploading stuff. The second person that I watch is my man Dougie, Good Game Bro. So if you go to YouTube and go to search for Good Game Bro, he's my second choice I look at. And then lastly, and it's funny because I spent like the whole day just looking at his videos today and catching up with some of the stuff. But it's K-Spade the Prospect, also a YouTube guy as well. So make sure you check out those guys. Again, QJB, Good Game Bro, K-Spade, The Prospect. Those are my top 3. I like them for different reasons. They don't all post the same thing. K-Spade does 2K Pro-Am, which you don't see a lot. You see a lot of 2K Park and stuff, My Player and stuff like that. But I don't see a lot of 2K Pro-Am stuff. And so he does that. I spent a lot of time looking at that. Appreciate that. Straight Shot actually listed me as one of the guys he watches. I'm going to be uploading regularly now, so make sure you check that out. I'm hoping to do at least every other day, so I have some plans for that. So that should be good. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know in the chat. Let me know on Twitter. Make sure you stick that follow button. Follow me on Twitter at Shotmaster. Oh, and before I go on, big shout out to my 3 sponsors, Jerky Pro, Insane Labs, and Boss Boxes. If you order anything from them, use the code INFOCUS and you will get percentage off your thing. So let's go ahead and go to my CFM concerns. All right, so there hasn't been a lot of stuff, and if you've seen my last video, I talked a little bit about the concerns I have for CFM and the fact that there's a lot of stuff going on new in Madden. And to me, that doesn't really boast well for CFM, if you ask me. Now, I could be wrong. One of the things is I have not seen CFM this year. This might be like the first time in since 2004 that I have not seen Madden NFL early before release. Now, these last 3 years, I've been really focusing on franchise, really pushing the devs to sort of get that mode right and get it straight, because I love franchise. I love Madden, but I love franchise as a mode, as my mode that I look forward to digging in every year. So, to me, the fact that I haven't seen it and there's really nothing new out there, if you go out to the website, I believe the website says something like, be able to play all your games. You can either play on offense, defense, or play the moments. Those are things that were in last year. The one thing it did say that was promising, and big shout out to Goon for the follow. Appreciate that. But the one thing that stood out was that it did say play and manage your games from the NFL, from the Madden NFL companion app. And so to me, that boasts some good promise. To me, that's a good direction if that's the direction that they're going to. But we'll see. Again, not a lot of stuff, and not only that is that you're seeing other things in the game that weren't in the game last year, and so that's when I get worried about things like resources. Right now there's speculation, and it's only speculation because nobody has confirmed it or anything, but it was kind of like on the back of the box that it seems like OTP is back. So online team play looked like it's back. So they gotta have put resources to that, right? Of course. They've also created this story mode, and we'll talk about that in depth later. But again, story mode is another mode that could be taken away from CFM. And I'm just talking about modes. I'm not really talking about other features in the game, like the different play styles and the new passing stuff and that. But I'm talking about other modes. Modes are what resources are geared to. So when you got a new mode like OTP and a new mode like story mode, but you still had the same Madden team, then to me, it just seems to me that there's resources going out to those, and we're not hearing much about CFM. Now, we're also not hearing much about MUT either, but I still feel like MUT is going to get its due. They're going to get its due. Yes, it does usually start seeing it around E3, which is in a couple of weeks. What's up, Freelanders? This look like ESPN. It may look like ESPN, but it's different colors. I actually did if you go back and look at one of my videos, Pardon the Pause, that I took that straight from Pardon the Interruption. So, it's okay. Everybody has different styles. I've changed it up. This doesn't look like ESPN. It doesn't even have the same colors. Does it have a rundown? Every show has a rundown, though. Every show has a rundown on the side or at the bottom. There's nothing new different there. So, what are other signs of CFM? Again, another sign is that I haven't heard of no franchise event. The last couple of years, they've had franchise events down in Orlando to focus on CFM. Not only did I haven't been invited to one, but I haven't even heard about any. Again, I know nothing about the game. I haven't seen Madden 18. I have no inside information. This is all speculation, but these are my concerns. I've never had these concerns this late in the year. So it is what it is, It is what it is, and we'll move on from that. But I want to know what your concerns are. If you have CFM concerns, what are your concerns? My concerns are that something like game planning, which was introduced last year, I feel like game planning has so much potential in CFM, but just like other features that have been done in the past, I feel like they're just going to leave that alone and just be like, okay, let's move on to something else. But I want to try to stop that. Like, we have to try to stop that kind of cycle and say, okay, just because you put this out there, doesn't mean you can't go back to that particular feature and make it better. Like, there's always room for better. For me, game planning would be better if I could see video, true statistics. Like, the statistics that are in game planning right now in CFM are not true statistics. They're first down statistics. So that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Let's see. I'm looking at the chat. Freelander says, I wish they had you playing college and then you get drafted. That would be cool. You just don't take the good things out of CFM and just add on. Game plan needs to be updated. I agree. I think one of the things that EA is really hurting here is that there's no NCAA. When there was NCAA, like right about now, guys weren't even worried about Madden so much. It was all about, okay, let's play some NCAA. Let's see what NCAA has, because that's, Madden's little brother, but we get a feel of how Madden might be when it comes out. That's not there anymore. So I think it hurts that there's no NCAA game, but at the same time, that shouldn't stop, them from creating the best game that they can create. And I know the developers are all for that. I just worry about the suits per se. I worry about the suits coming in and saying, you know what? Nah, CFM is not going to sell anything. We need to do this and do that. All right, my man Totally Not Ronald Reagan says, I want Create a Team back. Create a Team would be awesome. But more or less, I don't really need Create a Team. I just need the ability for us to be able to relocate a team and then be able to customize our logos and stuff like that. That's sort of what I want. They always take away from the game, then add it back later. That's from Chris Dunlap on YouTube. I agree. They do that. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it happens. It happens. And my man D. Smitty says, need to know exactly what sim style means, fourth down rules, can't run the same play, etc. We'll talk about that when we talk about play styles. But there's a lot of stuff in CFM that can be done. I'm looking at all these other games that have some kind of franchise mode. Looking at Head Coach 09, that's pretty much the standard for me. After playing a couple of weeks of Head Coach 09, that's pretty much how I want my CFM to be, except I want to be able to play the game. Unfortunately, in Head Coach 09, you don't really play the game. You just sort of call plays. But still, everything else is out of sight. Is out of sight. So let's see. Let's go on to the Frostbite engine. All right, so Frostbite. Hold on, it says that my thing went off. Okay, all right. So let's talk about the Frostbite engine, because I really think people are. Hold on, just want to throw this out there. All this talk about the new Madden with the introduction of Frostbite. Well, Madden, can we get some type of draft show or coverage? Also adding the presentation. How about halftime show and weekly wrap up. Okay, so when it comes to Frostbite, I think people need to understand that. Remember, guys, this is year one. This is year one. And this is what, and again, this is not what I've heard or anything, but this is what I think Frostbite is going to do for Madden in year one. In year one. I think the weather, the crowd, and the atmosphere. Those are the three things that you can probably count on for Frostbite improving in Madden NFL. Will it improve? You know, with the Frostbite engine, I don't think that automatically adds a halftime show. But it does, and I don't think it fixes presentation, like overlays and everything. But I do think it affects the weather. I think we'll finally see some real good weather. I think we'll finally see some updates to the crowd. Do y'all remember when the Ignite engine first came out? I remember going to E3 and they were talking about, with the new Ignite engine, we'll be able to have these real world atmospheres. You know, the crowd will be electric. You know, the atmosphere, the field that is playing on. And I don't think the Ignite engine ever got to that point. I don't think the Ignite engine ever got to the point where the crowd was real. You know, I don't think it ever got to the point where the Ignite engine made the weather seem better. I don't think it ever got to the point where the ground, there was degradation with the field with the Ignite engine. I think you will get that in the Frostbite engine. Now, will players on the sidelines, somebody said, they look like paper people. Chris Dunlap says they look like paper people. The crowd literally looks the same as Madden 08 on PS2. I can't even be mad with you if that's your assessment, because I really don't think they've done things to the crowd like they should. You know, there should be a big. First of all, they need different people in the crowd. Every fifth person can't, or every third person can't be the same person. So that's what I would like to see. Players on the sidelines look horrible. I don't know if Frostbite is going to fix the players on the sidelines. Again, Frostbite will help with the chants, with the crowd atmosphere as far as how the crowd sounds. So I think sounds, I think weather, and I think fields, the field, are the main things that Frostbite will affect in this game. I really do. Those are the main things that I think will reflect in this game. Smitty says, remember one year they had unique fans for teams. Forgot what year that was. Oh man, I can't remember what year that was, but it didn't last long. It didn't last long. Remember when you used to create signs and be able to put signs in the crowd? Can't do that. There's a lot of stuff that they took out. Players on the sidelines have same numbers with no names on jerseys. Yes, I like to see the ability to upload game face shop. I do too. I do too, especially if there's some kind of story mode. You should be able to upload your game face. I will say they need to add players or hot routes. I will say this. They need to add players or hot routes. I don't know about that. I don't know about new hot routes or anything like that. I don't think that's going to have I don't think Frostbite is going to have that effect. So I think that's how I feel about Frostbite. I think what you will see is a difference between a regular game and a playoff game, as far as presentation, sound, pyrotechnics or whatever. I think those are the things you'll see Frostbite bring to the table. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about story mode. And to me, story mode is something that is definitely eye-raising. You know, story mode is definitely something that I don't know. I don't even know how it's going to be, how they're going to incorporate it. You know, I talked about my top 3 YouTubers that I like to watch. And so I was watching one of QJB's video where he was talking about story mode. And, you know, in the story mode, as you can see in the picture, you know, the guy's looking at Lucas Oil Field where the combine is. And we all remember Madden 06 when they changed from Xbox 360. I mean, when they went from Xbox to Xbox 360, there was actually a combine that you can run. And so QJB fired up the old Madden 06 and fired up the 360, and he showed, you know, dudes, him running the 40 and him doing the bench press and stuff like that. I think that's where it could go. I mean, who knows? Who knows? We don't know how the story mode is. We don't know if there's going to be a lot of interaction. Is it going to be like NBA 2K, my player? Here's what I do know. I do know that I don't think it's going to be as good as NBA 2K. I don't think it's going to be as good as NBA 2K. I also don't think it's going to be as raw as NBA's 2K my player. And what I mean by that is that I just don't think that in this first year that they've gotten everything they can get in there. I also think that the NFL Shield is not going to allow them to go off and branch off to those things that we think is going to happen. I don't know. It probably won't be customizable a lot, XMZ says, but it's a start. I agree, it's a start. Yes, I agree, it's a start. But I just don't want people to be fooled and think that this is going to be just as good as every other, my player type thing. And again, we don't know what story mode means. We don't know. We see that shot of a guy looking at Lucas Oil Field, but we don't know. Is it more like FIFA, where it's not really, it doesn't really branch off? If you take a look at FIFA's journey, it's very linear. Maybe that's the route that they're gonna go. Who knows? But I know one thing: you won't have a best friend that's into all kinds of stuff and dies. I guarantee you, this guy, whoever this my player is, he probably won't be able to get into any trouble, because the Shield, the NFL won't allow it. You guys just don't understand. I get this question all the time. Somebody in the chat, I think Sir Isaac put, bring back the ambulance. It's not about that. The NFL won't bring back the ambulance. The NFL won't let EA do certain things. So, yes, the NFL is very protective of this game. So you won't see ambulances on the field. You won't see helmets pop off anymore. You won't see guys being carried off the field. You won't see even guys limping on the field. You won't see guys getting a concussion. They won't. Like you'll never see, because that's a sticky subject. That's a very tricky subject when it comes to NFL. So, you won't see those things. You won't see those things. And so that's why I say you have to be very careful about your expectations for their story mode, because you don't know how this is going to turn out into the fact that you know he. I just have a feeling that this is going to be a very controlled thing. Like somebody says, I haven't run into career-ending injuries. Bring those back. You know what? In CFM, I've sort of ran into a career. I mean, it won't be like your season is done, but I have ran into injuries that was like 32 weeks or something like that, or it was like 60 some weeks. Something that was like it was already an old player. He was probably had one more season, and he was going to miss like 2 seasons. So so we'll see. But story mode I think has potential. I'm glad that they're starting it, but it also goes back to my concern with CFM. No helmets popping off New York. Sorry about that, but that's just the way the NFL does. They're very particular about what is in Madden. This is one of the reasons, and a lot of people don't know this, but this is one of the reasons why the NFL only wanted one publishing company to develop their game. So all these people hollering, "Oh, 2K, EA needs to let 2K make a game." It's not EA's. It's not EA's issue. It's the NFL's issue. The NFL only wants one company to make their game. So if you're really a 2K fan, then I would protest the NFL, not EA. Like it's not EA's problem. Is the NFL's problem. Yeah, and you're right, XMZ. They did it because it's easier to regulate. It's easier to regulate one game, but it's also easier for the players to only have to be stretched to one game. I remember when there was, oh my goodness, like 4 games, 4 football games available. You had Game Day, you had Madden, you had 2K, and they were like, really stretching players thin. So, so I was saying, even if you don't like story mode, play it. Go ahead and play it. Um, I can't tell you, what kind of impact that is, but you got to go ahead and play it because they do numbers on those things. Um, so play story mode, play CFM, play MUT, like support every mode because if you don't, then you never know when that mode might be taken away. Like OTP. I really think they took away OTP because nobody was playing it. But as soon as they took it away, everybody was crying about it. So even though I'm not an OTP guy, I might dabble a little bit in OTP, just to dabble in it. I'm not a big story mode guy, but I'm going to get into the story mode and see what it's like. Um, so that's that. All right, let's go ahead and move on to playing styles. Now, playing styles is, to me, very interesting. Hold on, you know what? I lost my mic. Hold on, give me 1 second. I lost my mic. All right, let me see if I got my mic back. Nope, I don't, but I'm gonna go with this. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. Somebody asked, how do I become a game changer? It's a lot different nowadays. One of the first things you got to do is make sure you give feedback to whatever game it is, that you're into. If you're into NBA Live, if you're into Madden, like search out the developers on Twitter, start interacting with them. You know, there used to be an application that you filled out, but right now is one of those things where, you know, they're looking for influencers. They're looking for people who have a following, a base. You know, if you're a big time YouTuber, you can become a game changer. All you have to do is say, hey, what's up, EA? I like the game. I want to give some feedback. Can I be a game changer? And if you got a lot of traffic, then they will make you a game changer. That wasn't the case back when I started. When I started, it was all about how much feedback and how good of a feedback can you give. So, you know, that's what it is right now. I'm not a huge fan of this idea. What's going to happen when they change something in one play style and it tweaks something in other play styles. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 3 play styles, because I think this is a big deal. and in my opinion, I think it's a good thing. I said in one of my YouTube videos, you know, it's actually a shame that I felt like it took the competitive guys to really make a fuss about it for them to do this, because I feel like simulation guys have been asking this for a long time. Simulation guys for the longest have been asking, why can't we just have a simulation game? And it's funny, EA's response is always, well, that's what we're doing. We're making Madden a simulation game. That's not the case anymore. They're making a game right now that is also in esports. And that plays a big part in what they're doing. You can just look at the landscape of things and how things are changing nowadays. I look at Madden and I'm looking at all the guys that are going down to Madden, that are going down to play Madden early, and most of them are competitive guys, because competitive guys are shaping how Madden is, and that's just the gist of it. And I'm pretty sure that opinion is not popular at EA, and I'm pretty sure EA people, I'm pretty sure if they see this, not even sure if they watch my show, you know, but if they see this, then they will say, you know, hey, Shot, why are you saying all that? But I mean, again, if you know, I'm in the competitive scene. I don't play competitive, but I keep my ear close to the ground. I know who's going out to Orlando. I know who's played Madden. I know who's getting their hands on the game and helping the devs get gameplay right. And guess what? It's not CFM guys. It's competitive guys, because they're the ones who are concerned more about gameplay. but they're concerned about it in a competitive. They're concerned about it in a competitive way, and so I think that's what has made people. Well, has made EA say, you know what, maybe we do need to split these styles up. Because what was happening was the game would come out, simulation guys would love it, and then other guys, competitive guys, would be like, yo, why is my dude dropping balls? Like, I'm trying to win money. I'm trying to I'm on Gamer Saloon. I'm trying to compete for money. I'm trying to compete in these little events that you guys are doing, but y'all screwing me over because I'm throwing a pass to Julio Jones and he drops the freaking ball when he's wide open. Wide open. Like, Julio Jones never drops the ball? Yes, Julio Jones drops the ball. Like, that's simulation. But guess what? It's a new frontier. It's a new era. And right now the new era is esports. And so now games are being created because esports is big time money. Like, if you thought MUT was big time money, esports is bigger money, but they just use MUT. But again, simulation guys have been asking EA to create different style modes. Oh my goodness. For the longest. I know, because I've been there, I've been in meetings where we talked about this. And again, every time their message was we're trying to create a true NFL simulation game by default. And now the competitive scene is growing, the esports scene is growing, and now competitive players are more demanding. Their voices are being heard. Whether you like it or not, competitive Madden is here and their voices are being heard. So, I understand what's going on. I have no problem with it. This is EA. This is how they want to run, their company. I have no problem with what they're doing. I have no problem with them inviting competitive guys down. They need to invite competitive guys down, because competitive guys are the guys that abuse. I won't say they all abuse AI, but they know the ins and outs of the game a lot better than maybe a simulation guy. A simulation guy is going to say, you know what? I'm going to do this, and this is how the game is supposed to be. Where the competitive guys are, let me see what this game can give me. Let me see what I can get away with. If I can get away with this, then why can't I do it? And so, the competitive guys, I love them. I know a lot of them. A lot of them are good guys, and believe it or not, a lot of them know X's and O's. It's funny because I don't consider myself a sim player or a competitive player or arcade player. I consider myself a Madden player. And when I play Madden, I do play competitively because I'm a competitor. But I follow whatever rules is out there. If I'm playing in a sim league, I'm playing by the sim rules. If I'm playing in a competitive tournament, then I'm gonna play to win the game competitively. I feel like 2K took all of EA's ideas all the way down. I hear you. So that's what it is. So these three styles, and we can get into this, but these three styles I feel like are not going to be too far apart. And from what Rex is talking about, I feel like they're going to be more of just going to be tuner sets. I feel like, the competitive, simulation, arcade are just going to be tuner sets. I think the competitive, style is going to be something where You're not going to see a lot of fumbles. You're not going to see a lot of drops. You're going to see maybe more user control. So we'll see. But that's what I think competitive is going to be. And the one thing I will say is that, you know, they will tune it to how the community feels like it needs to be tuned. So again, guys, we need to make sure that we're vocal, whether you're competitive, whether you're simulation, or whether you're arcade. I have no idea what arcade could mean. Because to me, arcade, I don't know what arcade can mean. I mean, are they going to bring NFL Blitz back? I mean, maybe that's what they're going to do. I have no idea. But yeah, right. You're right, DK. Competitive is going to have no penalties. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to have like encroachment and stuff like that, but it's going to have no penalties. I don't think it's going to have any fumbles or drops because those competitive guys complain about that. I mean, just listen to them. Just listen to them during the events, you know, and we'll talk about that another time. But I just feel like if they really want the competitive scene to grow, like some of these players have got to stop. They have got to stop blaming the game. They've got to stop blaming the game. Like if you really want this competitive thing to grow, you can't say the game is so bad. You can't say that. Like this game is paying you money to win. How can you say the game is so bad when you earned $175,000 playing the game? The game can't be that bad. I'm sorry. The game cannot be that bad if this game allows me to make $175,000 plus a year. No way. No way. I'm sorry. I might be upset that I lost. I might be upset that, you know, my dude is wide open and he dropped the ball. But you're winning money by playing Madden. You got flown out to LA or California, not on your dime, on somebody else's dime, to play a game that you love. Why are you criticizing the game? Why are you like, oh my God, this game is so bad? I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I know my opinion is probably of the minority, but some of these competitive guys, I just don't get. I understand the frustrations of losing, especially when there's that much money on the line. But I'm not going to criticize the game. I'm just going to be like, yo, it is what it is. You know, I'm glad I had this opportunity. I'm glad I've had this opportunity. So the only way Madden will ever be a true simulation is if the real sim players stand up. I'm starting a new. Would you say I'm starting a new tournament? I'm sorry, I can't go back on my. I got this application that shows me what people on YouTube are saying, what people on Twitch are saying, what people on Periscope are saying. What's the definition of a sim player? We don't even have enough time for that. We do not have enough time to. We don't have enough time to go into what's the definition of a sim player, because everybody has different opinions. I can ask 10 people in this chat right now, send me a private message of what your definition of a sim player, and I can just say, you know what, give me your sim player fourth down rules. Just in your league, if you're in a sim league, you know what, give me your fourth down rules. What's up, Brewski? Give me your 4 down rules. And I'm telling you, everybody has different fourth down rules. So the definition of sim is playing like NFL, playing by the standards in which you would see the NFL play. Because if you think about it, simulation, what are you simulating? You're trying to simulate the NFL. What's up, Fed OC? You're trying to simulate the NFL. But you got somebody like Bill Belichick who will go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory without a problem. You know, he'll put a tight end at fullback and do a tight fullback dive. You know, so that's really not the definition. You can't even go by those definitions. Because if you went by those definitions, then you're pretty much playing what everybody else is playing. Because at the end of the day, those coaches call the plays. There's no restriction on whether they can go for it or not. I think the problem is that this is a video game. And this is not the NFL. We're playing 5-6 minute quarters. We're not playing 15-minute quarters. So you can't, I don't care what you say. There's not one sim league out there. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You can put it, tape it, take that for data. Take that for data. There is not one sim league out there. You show me a sim league, I'm going to show you a rule that is not in the NFL that they are not simulating. I was called out in a CFM for using pistol inside the 5. Oh my God, for real? I got a whole playbook, and now when we get inside the 5, I gotta, sort of dilute my playbook and say, okay, I can only use goal line inside the 5. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Now, with all of that said, and again, I will say it again, you can quote me. There's not one sim league out there. There's not one sim league out there. You show me a sim league, I will show you a rule that is not sim. There's leagues out there that don't allow you to click onto a guy and control him after you pass the ball. There are rules out there in sim leagues that say you can't even run the same type of play out there. Again, more than once. There are sim leagues out there. Yeah, the no switch league. I never heard of such a thing until somebody pointed it out to me. They were like, you do know that in this league, you can't click onto your guy. You know, so again, you show me a sim league out there, and I will show you a league that's not sim. Because the NFL is not sim, according to a lot of people in these leagues. The NFL is not sim. The NFL, I've seen teams run the same play 3 times in a row. That would get you banned in a lot of leagues. So, okay. Play styles. Yeah, people have gotten carried away. You know, mud is not sim. Of course, mud is not sim. You know, let's not even go there. Look, again, see, Mr. Flashback, don't get yourself banned. You know, don't get yourself banned. Just because your Celtics are up on these Cavs right now, don't get yourself banned. You know, y'all got lucky. Anyways, guys. I still want to know what arcade means. You know, I have a hard time believing that arcade is going to be so much different from competitive. You know, maybe arcade, there's no fatigue. You don't get fatigue in arcade. You know, we can speculate here. This is what we do. We're masters of speculation. So So yeah, arcade. It's probably on rookie. It's probably no fatigue. It's probably I don't want to say no out of bounds. Who knows? We'll see. But watch it, XMZ. Come on, man. I like you, XMZ, but the IT3 greater than John Wall thing. Come on, man. That's not even cool. That's not even cool because it's not true. It's not true. What are the sim rules for your CFM users? It's funny. I'm in a couple of CFMs, and we have fourth down rules. We have fourth down rules. We have, sort of some other rules that, because we treat it as a video game. So, there's certain things that you have to do. You have to have a fourth down rule, or I actually really think the fourth down rule is something every league should have, because when you don't, that's when you get disconnections. That's when you get people hurt. And how can you not run up the score if somebody keeps going for it and they keep not getting it? Like, punt the ball, save yourself, give yourself a chance. But see, that's the thing. There's no mercy in CFM. When you're up 21, 28, 35, 42, there's no way for them to tap out. And they keep trying. They keep passing the ball, getting interceptions. They really need to bring back fair play. I think that would be the cool thing, is to bring back fair play in Madden NFL. Fair play would allow you to get away with certain fourth downs, but depending on the time and the situation, it made you punt. Bring back fair play. And this is the other thing that I'm hoping EA does, is I'm hoping that the EA comes up with better options. I think if every franchise league you could create better options, then I think you wouldn't have to worry about people doing certain things. You wouldn't have to worry about people going for it on fourth. If there was an option that says, okay, on fourth down, if this guy is, here and the score is less than this, then go ahead and force that guy to punt. So that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Yo, make sure you stick that follow button. Yo, follow me on Twitter at Shopmaster. I'm not seeing enough people. We got enough people in here that is not following the stream. Not following the stream. And XMZ, come on, man. Come on. You talked about Boston. Now you're a Dallas fan. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know why you're even here. But yeah, guys, make sure you stick that follow button for me. Join the team. I do this every Tuesday night. We talk about Madden, talk about CFM. We talk about things going on in the EA community. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk some NBA Live 18. Now, I should have some screenshots up here, but I don't. I don't have any screenshots up here, but NBA Live had an event, I think this past weekend in LA, where they showcased NBA Live 18, and there were some people from the live community who were upset because there were a lot of 2K guys there. My thoughts on that is that you got to understand this is marketing. Yo, appreciate that, the Philly Don. Appreciate that follow. See, the Philly Don, he understands what's going on here. He knows how to follow directions. He understands. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Good looking out. But NBA Live showcased, and they had a lot of 2K guys there, and there were some NBA Live guys that were a little upset about it. My thing about this, why is my camera adjusting? My thing about NBA Live in that event is that I have no problem with EA does as far as showcasing the game. You know, as long as you're taking my feedback and listening to me, then I'm good. I'm good. But I understand why, those guys got upset. Because they feel like they did put in work and they didn't get invited out to a nice thing. Now, NBA Live, if you didn't know, there was no 17. So guys, there was no NBA Live 17. There was a 16 with Russell Westbrook on the cover, and then NBA Live 17 got canceled, and so now NBA Live 18 is supposedly here. Now I like the fact that they had something, because that shows at least a game's coming out. I feel that remembers. I feel like that represents that a game is scheduled to come out. Are they going to have Frostbite for NBA Live 18? I don't know. Who knows? But what I do know is that the game's going to come out. My man Tico went. He had some screenshots, but there was a screenshot of LeBron to the side, and it looked really good. Yo, appreciate that, ZJG59. Appreciate that. I need to make that a little bit bigger. That is way too small. There you go. Yo, appreciate that, Rich Fire Sports. But yeah. Yeah, I remember Apex found Jesus. Yes, right. That was bad. That was really bad for NBA Live. But brighter days ahead. And what you gotta love is you gotta love competition. And this is what I think Madden is missing a little bit. And it's not no fault of their own. Again, like we talked about it. We talked about how, the NFL only wants one game to publish their game, whereas the NBA, they're like, shoot, multiple people can publish this game. And so yo, XMZ, man, I'm telling you, man, you got one more time, man. I'm about to time you out. Really fresh out of the playoffs. Okay, that was good. That was a good one. Yo. Yeah, I'm representing the Washington Wizards hat. I'm big time Washington Wizards fan. But let's talk about NBA Live. I'm a big Live fan. I love NBA Live. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm going to be playing the hell out of that game. But there are some things that really needs to happen for NBA Live to really come back. Like, they really need to nail down the 1-versus-1 aspect of the game. They really need to nail down dribbling and signature dribbles and stuff like that. I'm not a big animation guy. I really feel like 2K is too animation heavy. So those are the things that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to going to EA Play as well and seeing all of these things come to fruition and seeing them in person and talking to the devs and giving them my feedback. The good thing about NBA Live 18 is that it's still early. So I'm hoping that they do a tour. Now, I know this past event was in LA, but I'm hoping that they do, like, have one in Chicago. They should have one in all of the big NBA cities. So have one in Chicago, have one. I wouldn't say Miami is a big NBA city, but have one in Cleveland, have one in all the others. Go down to Spurs country. They need something to root for, something to do now that they're out the playoffs too. There's a lot of things that they can do. I really want them. And if you haven't checked out my man Smitty, Smitty put out something about promotions. They really need to promote this game. They really need to promote NBA Live 18 like they used to. They had all the commercials and stuff. They really need to go back to that. How did I get Nightbot? Just go nightbot.tv. Sign up. They'll put a Nightbot in your stream. All right, let's go on. So, anybody have any questions about NBA Live? Does anybody in here play NBA Live? Does anybody play NBA Live? John Wall's my favorite. Also, Tame. I think John Wall is top 3 point guard. Top 3 point guard. So. All right, let's go on to EA Play. All right, so EA Play is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be out there in LA, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to Madden 18 and NBA Live 18, and being able to talk to developers like I said. Isaiah said I thought this was for Madden. This is for everything. I mean, we talked about Madden the whole time. I waited till the end to talk a little bit about NBA Live 18 just because I love NBA Live 18. So what is EA Play? EA Play is a chance for the public to view the new games coming to the EA Sports franchise. So you'll be able to play Madden 18 early. You'll be able to play Live 18 early, FIFA 18. You'll be able to play Battlefield. You'll be able to play a number of EA games at EA Play, and it starts June 9th. So it runs from the 9th, the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So you got 4 days to go and play your favorite games, and it's free. So gone are the days that you had to go to E3 and pay thousands of dollars, to get into E3. Now you can just go ahead and sign up for EA Play and go right there. Do you have to be a popular YouTuber? No, you don't. I saw people's mamas in there playing Madden and playing the other games. So no, you don't have to be a popular YouTuber. But I will say this, it might be a good place to start your YouTube career. Doing interviews with developers, need a career mode in Madden with a storyline. It looks like that's what you're going to get, Isaiah. So, hey, Shop, will you be giving away Madden 18 this year? Yes. So, that's good looking out, light skin. As I do always, every year, I give away copies of Madden NFL, and I'll be doing it again. So make sure you hit that like button on my YouTube channel. So all you got to do is go to YouTube, search for Shopmaster TV, subscribe, and I will be giving away. The game. I haven't decided how I'm going to give it away. Last year I did previews of teams and stuff. This year, I don't know if I'm going to do previews of teams again. It took a lot out of me. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that again, but who knows? But I will be giving away probably 3 or 4 copies of the game. So, and I'll be giving away some NBA Live copies as well. So, if you're in the NBA Live, I'll be giving away both copies. So, guys, you know what? I think, who wants to play some, I need to look at my CFM. So, I'm actually in a GM CFM. And so, let me see if we can pull that up. You want FIFA copy, Brewski? Brewski, I got you. You know I got you, Brewski. All right. All right, we're just gonna mess with this a little bit, and it's the power of XSplit right here. Guys, make sure you hit stick that follow button. I do this every Tuesday night, so you don't want to miss out. You definitely do not want to miss out on this. All right, let's put my camera down here over top of my thing like that. All right, so let's go into my CFM. This is a GM CFM. What's wrong with PS4 XMZ? Actually, I probably will be on Xbox more next year, just because. All right, so guys, this is week 4 of my preseason. This is a GM. This is a GM league, so I do not play this game, and it looks like the regular season. It looks like I won the last game, so I won 38-17, which is cool because I made some changes. Let's go ahead and cut our players. So again, I don't at all play any of the games. So yeah, this guy needs to go. Yeah. This guy needs to go. This guy needs to go. Left tackle, he needs to go. I got plenty of left tackles. I gotta make sure I don't get too much of a cap hit though. Alright, this guy needs to go. And we're going to move this guy to the practice squad. And we're going to move this guy to the practice squad, even though he should go. All right, so those are 7 players. Let's take a look at my team. My team is not good. I took the worst team in the league. And as you can see, Jared Goff, Jay Ajayi. I'm trying to trade Lamar Miller, Sammy Watkins, this dude Blackson. Offensive line is terrible. Defense, I need corners like you wouldn't believe. My best corner is a 30-year-old Brock. Let's take a look at him. He's 31 actually. And he's aging fast. Even though it says quick, that means that he's aging quickly. So my rookies are all terrible. Again, I took this team like midway. So let's take a look at my roster, and we'll take a look at the rookies I have. So I'll go here, and so here's my rookie wide receiver. My best rookie is probably this left tackle, who I think is a quick developer. Let's see, Hollis. No, he's a superstar. So he's my best, probably my best young player right now. He's not a rookie. He's a rookie. So I got some pretty good offensive linemen that are rookies. And if we go back to my training, I got those guys. I got Hollis as one of the guys I should develop, but I'm actually gonna do the other guy too. What was he? Was a lineman, right? Left guard. No, it wasn't him. Oh yeah, it was him. All right, so offensive game plan. need to do offensive lineman. What's a good game plan? See, I feel like there's so much that EA could do with this game planning stuff. 3-on-3 offense, inside, outside. All right, and then for defense, I'm just going to do cover 2 because I'm linebacker and DB. All right, so I need to go ahead and sim this and play this. All right, let's go. Guys, remember, stick that follow button for me. I see the Seeds are still fighting. They're down by 4. Strength, run block, pass block, impact blocking. For offensive lineman, yes, that's definitely what you need for offensive lineman. Yo, what's up, JP? Are you ready to work? Let's work. Let's get it done. Up against the goal line, gain a first down. Oh, I get to use any play to gain a first down? I got to go with one that I know is going to get a first down, right? Like this right here. I hate this angle. They adding Hard Knocks to the. Who told you that? Who told you that they're gonna add Hard Knocks to? Oh, really? That was a fumble. That was an incomplete pass, dude. All right, we're gonna do this then. Nah, we're gonna retry. Get off me. Let's go. Join. What's your franchise, Isaiah? What's the name of your franchise? It's a user league, still week 1. What's the name of it though? I think that's the other thing that I would like to see. I think we, as especially those in the CFM community, need to support other CFMs. Give me my gold.
Hey man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You finally get it. It's on the third quarter, and that's what we like to see as a coaching staff. Show us some more.
All right, so we finished that. That was good because we needed something to simulate our offensive linemen. So that's what's up. Yo, if you're trying to join a franchise, hit me up on Twitter and let me know what system you're on. I can find you a franchise. I know a couple of franchises that are looking for people. All right. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can trade. We need to trade Lamar Miller. Well, hold on. Let's see if we can find somebody. Let's see if we can find a cornerback. Because that's really what we need. Shop, what do you think of putting stat caps on certain positions? I like it. I think it. You know what? I would do the same way they've done with like MLB and not MLB, but NBA Live and 2K. Meaning that if you're a certain height and weight, you should only get so much speed. You know, your speed should only be but so much. I think you can do that. You can put caps on physical. I would do it on physical stuff, but not necessarily other stuff. All right. See, I would love Kendall Fuller. Let's see if we can. See if we could trade for Kendall Fuller. What do you think of an idea of player personalities and special traits for players in Madden? Yeah, I mean that's long overdue. They definitely need a player personality type rating. You know, have players be able to hold out at the beginning of the season or something like that. All right, so they're looking for a right end. Maybe I can get them. I got a right end. Maybe I give him Armstead. He's 25. What's up, Shotmaster? Did this barely started? The stream should Madden 18 fix CFM draft? Dude, the stream started at 9 o'clock. It's 10:30. So we've been doing this for an hour and a half. Should Madden 18 fix CFM draft? Look, Madden 18 should fix a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that it fixes a lot of stuff. Draft, I'm hoping for a draft board. You know, the watch list is one thing, but you got to have a draft board. I'm sorry. And I'm talking about a true draft board. Not one of those things where, you know, you just put guys up on, you know, a list or something. Like, we need a true draft board. Players should hold out for better contracts if the user abuser. I agree. Players should do that, but the only way they're going to do that is if there's some logic in behind it. There needs to be some kind of, like you said, personality and stuff like that tied to it. You know, so that not every player is holding out. But guess what? You got a diva. You might need to do something. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that last game that we played. See who played good. All right, so let's see. Okay, we kind of dominated this game. 117 rushing yards, 302 passing, held them to 154 passing. Okay. No turnovers, 9 third down conversions, 100% in the red zone, and had time possession. I like it. So, looks like my team is coming along here. So, yeah, players shouldn't ask for crazy amounts, especially if, like you said, they're being a backup. They should also fix fumbles when they hit stick online or random fumbles too. I feel like if it's a user, again, I'm the guy who, if a user is controlling the player and the user hit sticks or the user goes for an interception for the ball, I think he should be rewarded 85% of the time. It's too many times where I go for an interception and my dude just drops it. Like, no bueno. No bueno. All right. So, do we have any media questions? No media questions, but we're pretty bad. Maybe we need to change our stadium. Can we renovate our stadium? Can we relocate? Yes, let's relocate. Yes, we are starting the relocation process. Yeah, I mean, it still should be tied to the DB, but at the same time, we should also, there should also be some kind of bonus for usering, for actually clicking on and trying to intercept the pass. So that's what's up. So, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm done. I went through my list from top 3 Tuesdays to EA Play. So I appreciate it. Make sure you stick that follow button for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go out there, go to YouTube, search Shopmaster TV. And hit me up on Twitter at Shopmaster. I'm always around. If you got any questions, if you just want to chat and just talk about Madden or video games or sports, like, just hit me up. I'm always around. Again, big shout out to my sponsors, Jerky Pro, Insane Labs, and Boss Boxes. Make sure you hit them up. If you do, make sure you use the code INFOCUS. That's the letter N, FOCUS, and you'll get a discount on all your orders. I'm with you, Smitty. I can't wait till Madden NFL 18. I can't wait till Live 18. But first, we got to get to EA Play, which is right around the corner. So, that's going to be it for me. Appreciate you guys. CFM movement. Hashtag all your CFM stuff. Hashtag CFM movement. Guys, when I tell you, it's important that we make ourselves known, especially if you are a big CFM guy. You got to make yourself known. We can't just hang our heads now and pretend that what's going on is okay. So do that. Also, if you want to play me in a game of Madden, hit me up. My username is MW Shop. So I actually put it in the thing, but it's MW Shop. I'm on PS4. If you're on Xbox One, it's just Shopmaster. So that's it. All right, guys. I will check you guys out later. And I'm out. Peace. Scoodles. Tired. Before I go, I will be doing a midday lunch mix tomorrow from probably 11 to 1. So make sure you check that out. Mr. Flashback, I know you want that rematch. We'll get it in, man. We'll get it in. Not tonight, though. Pretty tired. I had a root canal, so my mouth is still hurting. I'll check you guys out later. Peace.